There is one subject that I knew right from the very beginning, even well before that, even well before I started making these videos, before I started uploading videos or made my YouTube channel or any of that. There was always one subject, one controversial subject I knew I would have to touch upon. One that is very, very personal to me. And it is the reason why it has been so long since my last video, because once I went down to Florida, the conditions weren't right for making a video. There was all kinds of rain, there was so much wind. I wanted to do it outside, but all the wind kept muffling and I didn't have a windbreaker on my mic of my camcorder. So, and when I got back, because considering what month it is, I knew it had to be the right time, and I had to get myself in the right frame of mind to make this video. And trust me, that's not easy considering the amount of hours I've been working and so many variables, and it's just something that pisses me off so fucking much that I was afraid if I wasn't in the right frame of mind, I'd just be hollering like a psychopath in front of you guys instead of trying to just... I guess that's not too different from a lot of ranters out there, but what the hell, I just want to be a little bit different, I guess. And this rant concerns a movement that is happening all over the world. It's not just restricted to the United States. It's happening all over the world, and it is just fucking stupid. It is just fucking stupid. And I'm not even gonna wear the hat for this one, because honestly, this warrants just me being me, and that concerns the subject of anti-vaxxers. For those of you who don't know, anti-vaxxers, or the people who are against vaccinations, the anti-vaccination people, are people who refuse to give their child or themselves any kinds of vaccination because they believe it will lead to autism. And this is deeply personal to me because, oh, what the hell, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I have a form of autism. I have what is known as Asperger's syndrome, which is on the autistic spectrum. So whenever I hear any of this shit, any of these people, like Jenny fucking McCarthy, whatever her fucking name is, I just lose it. I go ape shit, I go bonkers, I go crazy, I go insane. I don't care. I don't care which way you want to define it. And I wanted my video to be a positive one when I came back, but the reason why I want to do it this month is because it is Autism Awareness Month. And this subject needs to be touched upon more. So let's get right down to it now, shall we? Anti-vaccinators or anti-vaxxers are people who believe, due to a stupid study that has been denounced by medical science multiple times, I mean multiple, hundreds and hundreds of times, by one UK scientist or medical scientist, whatever, believe that there is a chemical within vaccinations that when it is injected into a child, it could lead to developmental issues such as autism. This has been debunked thousands of times. I'm not saying this out of just an estimated guess. This has been debunked hundreds of times. I mean, I've said thousands before, but I don't know. It's been debunked so many times it's hard to keep track. And oh my God. And these people refuse to give their children vaccinations. And you know what has come of that? You know what has fucking come of that? We are seeing diseases that have long since been dead for like the past 20 or 30 years making a resurgence all over the world. I've heard cases of measles, I've heard cases of whooping cough, I've heard cases of smallpox. Fucking disorders that were eliminated a dozen or so years ago. I'm sorry that I am getting so fucking loud on this, but it just sickens me to no end. It sickens me. We're hearing cases of these children all across California, over in Great Britain, over here, everywhere. These children, because their parents refuse to get vaccinations, they're coming down with these diseases that could be easily preventable otherwise. Whatever, I don't care. Oh my God. It fucking infuriates me. Because what this says is they don't respect autistic people whatsoever. And there's only like a microscopic chance, 1 out of 10 million in a chance, or actually in a trillion chance, that you will contract autism from this so-called link. And the person who came up with this study, what was it, 1999, 2000, he said there was a link between autism and vaccines. And the thing was, while he was doing this study to find a link, he was trying to push forward his own vaccination. So instead of just trying to do it the right way, go through the FDA or whatever, whoever it is over in the UK, he decides to discredit all the other vaccinations out there. He decides, how can I sell my vaccinations? I know, I'll make up some bullshit claim of there being a link between autism and vaccinations. And that's just what fucking happened. And now we have people getting polio, getting measles, getting whooping coughs, all because of this fucking prick! It is maddening. It is fucking maddening to me. And I'm hearing all these cases. I'm hearing fucking Jenny McCarthy on The View saying all this shit. I don't even watch The View, but I've seen the clips, and I don't understand the rational thought between this. Are these people so scared that they would risk their child dying rather than getting autism? Because that's what's fucking happening. They're saying that they would rather their child risk dying than get vaccinated. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but if you would rather your child risk dying from an easily preventable disease than have a microscopic chance of them developing autism, then you do not deserve to be a parent! I'm sorry. I don't mean to get so worked up. This pisses me off. This pisses me the fuck off. And I just can't keep my cool around this subject. And I lose my cool around politics and such, but I make sure I don't film it. But when I'm trying to talk about it, I get so emotional because it's so personal to me. And now I'm hearing cases of women whose children, who they will give their child vaccinations, but they're too young to get it, and they're contracting whooping cough and all these shit. So not only are these people endangering their own children by not vaccinating them, They're endangering others because of this. I heard a case of this woman who, for 2 weeks, had to be with her 2-month-old because the 2-month-old developed whooping cough. So she, every night, every day, every time the child would cough, because its lungs are so underdeveloped, she would have to turn over and try and make it cough. Meanwhile, it was suffocating and turning blue. So every time the child coughed, it risked dying. And even the doctor, even the fucking prick who came up with this study, I can't remember his name. I don't want to have his fucking name take up valuable resource in my brain. I'll put it in the link below or whatever. I'll put it in a caption. I don't care. He has even said to these parents, don't stop giving your child vaccinations. Because even he has seen what kind of shit he's done. Because he knows that these children are risk dying. They're having their lives be put in danger because of a few selfish parents. And this deeply offends me. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but I'm sorry. This whole thing is fucking stupid. It's just stupid. And every time I don't know. I don't know. But this has been debunked by hundreds of medical scientists around the world multiple times. And there was a certain chemical they said was one of the links to autism that was in vaccinations that were given to children. First, I can't remember the name. It's one of those long-winded elemental names. I'll put it in the description, the caption down below right here or something. The thing is, that chemical wasn't used in children's vaccinations. And it hasn't been used in any vaccinations since 2001. And they did studies on that whatever the fuck it is. The chemical, I don't know, mercury, or I can't remember off the top of my head. And there was no link between that and autism. No link whatsoever. So even the arguing point these people have made about this chemical is moot. Son of a bitch. I'm just I know some of you are hoping to see something funny or something for me talking about gaming or news or stuff, or like the takeover of Maker by Disney or the Oculus Rift being bought out by Facebook and all that shit. But I wanted to do those, but I knew I had to make this video. I knew I had to say something. I had to vent my frustration at this bullshit. I don't like this. I don't like coming across like a raving lunatic. I don't. I like seeing myself as a logical person, as a human being. So whenever I make these angry videos, I feel it's making me come across like a raving lunatic, like I said before. And I'd rather focus on the positive, or I'd just focus on what I like movies and video games and TV shows. But once in a while, I get so frustrated about something, I have to say something. I do. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And leave it at, well actually, I'm going to leave it at this. To all the parents out there who believe, for some fucking stupid reason, that there is any link between vaccinations and autism, you are saying that you have no respect for medical scientists. You have no respect for anybody on the autistic spectrum. And that's the thing about the autistic spectrum too. Many famous people have been known to have autism, or at least has been speculated to have had autism. Thomas Jefferson, Albert Einstein, fucking Bill Gates. All these fucking famous people were said to have had autism, or have speculated to have had autism. So it's a godsend. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy for people to raise autistic people. I know my dad, my parents have gone through hell with me, and I've gone through hell myself being autistic. But you're saying that you would rather your child risk dying, than get him vaccinated, than having a minute chance of getting autism. So you are showing that you have no respect for medical doctors, you have no respect for autistic people, and you have no respect for the welfare of others, of other people who could risk getting these diseases. I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional about this, but that is just fucking stupid. And these people, please think about these things, people. Please. That's the only way these people will learn or see just how they're affecting others, instead of being so selfish. Or just don't be a child, or don't be a parent at all if you're considering not giving a vaccination. Just don't consider it. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, yada yada yada. I'll put it in the description below. And hopefully I'll be back next week with some better news. Until then, the guys, see you next time.